Welcome back. It is Sunday, April 13th in the MLB, and my three favorite picks are on the way. What's going on, everyone? It's Logan from Calling Our Shot. Once again, just a solo video of me today. Look, if you're watching this video, I appreciate you a lot because this season has been so rough for us. I barely got any sleep last night, but I woke up early, ready to get in the lab, and definitely craft up some winners. Turn this season around because let's recap yesterday. A reverse sweep, 0-3, just a terrible day, and I'm sorry for anybody who tailed. I want to talk about them real quick. We had the Cardinals on the money line. They grounded into 5 double plays in 9 innings. That's just so bad. Michael has actually pitched pretty decent, just didn't come through. We had Smith Shavers under in hits allowed. No, that didn't pay because he gave up the hits. He just didn't allow the earned runs. He pitched really well. Braves ended up winning that game. Really tough there. And then it was just I knew the Rockies weren't going to save us from a reverse sweep. They got cooked. Once again, shut out. A terrible, terrible start to the season. A terrible day from me yesterday, and I'm better than that. If there's one thing you should know about me, I'm resilient. We will keep fighting. We will get out of this hole, and I'm very confident in that. And if you're watching this video, I need you to know that I'm sorry for costing you money, and because of that, I want to do a giveaway. If today is not a winning day, listen to what you have to do. Go down in the comments and tell me something very positive about your life or about this weekend. Just something positive in the comments, and I'll give away $50 if today is not a winning day. And if today somehow is a back-to-back reverse sweep, which I pray it isn't, I'll give away $100. I'm just of my own money. I'm just sorry for costing you guys money, and from the bottom of my heart, I will strive to be better. And let's talk about today's picks because we can harp on losers. That's not what I want to do. I want to get into the winners today. And our first one's going to be a bounce back money line because yesterday's did not pay. I'm going with the Atlanta Braves on the money line as my first pick, minus 125 odds on BetMGM. Let's talk about why I like the Braves. Because yesterday they finally broke their winless road streak. They were terrible on the road. Still not great record on the road, but I do like them to once again win this series with their ace on the mound today and laying a little bit of juice on the road. I'm fine with that because I do think this Braves team is better than the Rays, just team for team. Let's talk about who starts for the Rays today. It's Shane Baz, 1.38 ERA and a 1.08 WHIP for Shane Baz. He's coming off a great outing, 7 innings pitched, 2 earned run outing versus the Angels. The Braves yesterday won despite going 1 for 11 with runners in scoring position. Normally, if you're that bad with runners in scoring position, you don't win the game. You're normally not even putting up as many runs as they did yesterday. But what I really liked from this Braves offense was Harris, Riley, Ozuna, Olsen, and Albies. All of their key hitters yesterday, they had hits. None of them struggled at the plate. And Olsen was the only one without actually multiple hits. So these guys are seeing the ball well finally, and I think that translates well to their start against or their matchup against Shane Baz. Braves are 10th in batting average against right-handed pitching, so they're still a top 10 offense against righties, despite how bad they've looked at times this year. I think they get to Shane Baz and give Chris Sale some run support. I mentioned their aces on the mound today. Chris Sale starts for the Braves, 6.75 ERA and a 1.36 WHIP for Chris Sale. Now those numbers don't look great at all for Chris Sale. He struggled to start the season for sure. But the Rays haven't seen a lot of lefties. I kind of like this matchup for Sale today. They only have 99 at-bats against lefties. And in limited at-bats, they've only hit 192, which is 22nd in the majors as far as batting average goes versus lefties. Sale has really struggled to start the season, but his strikeout ability is still there. I think he'll be able to get in 2 strike counts. I think he'll be able to get that closeout pitch that he needs for strike 3 against these Rays. 95th percentile in chase percentage, 74th percentile in whiff percentage. Those numbers are still good for Chris Sale. If those numbers were mediocre, I would really see signs of struggle for him. But I think he definitely has a bounce back outing. I think he gives the Braves a solid 6 innings pitched, and I think he has run support from his offense against Shane Baz. So I really do like the Braves on the money line as my first pick. A little bit of juice on the road, but I think this game is priced accordingly, considering the Braves did finally win on the road yesterday, and I think they do take this series. So I like that one as my first pick of the day. Now let's talk about my second pick. It's going to be a total. Now bear with me here. I know we have not had luck on overs But this is one of my favorite totals in a while. I like the Blue Jays and Orioles over 8.5, minus 105 odds on FanDuel. Yesterday, these two teams had a wild game. You saw the Blue Jays start out pretty hot out of the gate. Orioles ended up winning that game late. It ended on 9 runs exactly, which is what we need today. I would love a repeat of yesterday. 9 runs, no more, no less. I don't care. All we need is 9. With the pathway to 9 is each team to score 4. It can't end 4-4. That would cash this over. Orioles 3-1 to the over at home this season. A trend I'm going to try to pay attention to this year is because they moved that left field wall up in Camden. Maybe Camden does play as a more hitter-friendly ballpark. I mean, so far the Orioles are scoring pretty decently at home. And then who's starting for the Orioles today? It's going to be Cade Povich, 3.48 ERA and a 1.84 WHIP. Number one, that ERA is pretty low considering that WHIP is almost near 2. Number 2, that ERA is pretty deceiving for Cade Povich. In his last start, he gave up 12 hits, 4 runs, but only 1 earned run. I always mention to you guys, when you're looking at baseball, matchups and everything, the most deceiving stat for a pitcher is that little ERA next to his name. Yes, it stands for, yes, it does sometimes indicate how good or bad a pitcher is pitching, but it's also very deceiving a lot of times. And because unearned runs exist and because you can give up a lot of hits, but the team you face that day just didn't to convert them into runs, again, a little deceptive. Where you really need to dive into Cade Povich is his StatCast numbers. 27th percentile in chase percentage, 16th percentile in whiff percentage, 12th percentile in hard hit percentage. Guys, those are very bad numbers. If the Blue Jays just hit okay today, I think they get hits and runs up on Cade Povich. I've watched his game. He'll get these hitters into 2-strike counts, and then his third strike pitch is normally down the middle of the plate, and it's just up to these hitters to be able to do something with it. Toronto has been good against lefties so far, sixth in batting average versus lefties, hitting 265 this season. The Jays also hit with runners in scoring position, so hopefully there's some carryover from this offense today. Like I said, I backed the Jays, Thursday, and once again, they couldn't hit with runners in scoring position. They finally showed me something yesterday. I think it carries over to Cade Povich today, and I think they do contribute to that total. And then on the other side, Jose Barrios is starting for the Blue Jays, 4.58 ERA and a 1.42 WHIP for Jose Barrios. Now, Jose Barrios, when I see him against this Orioles team, I normally try to target a fade in some way because the Orioles already saw Barrios March 27th. He went 5 innings pitched, gave up 9 hits, 6 earned runs. They've seen him before, not too long ago, actually, and they obliterated him. Can they do it again at home? Surely they can. Several of these Orioles hitters see Barrios really well in their careers as well. Adley Rutschman kind of owns this guy. We have to call it what it is. 15 for 25, hitting 600 with 4 home runs. Incredible. If you want to back Adley in some way today, go for it. I support that. O'Hearn, 11 for 34, hitting 324, 2 home runs. Tyler O'Neill, 4 for 10, hitting 400, 1 home run. Cedric Mullins, 9 for 29, 310, 2 home runs. You guys get the picture here. A lot of those key guys for the Orioles are hitting very well against Jose Barrios, and I think they continue that once again today. Barrios' StatCast numbers, not great either. 20th percentile in barrel percentage, 34th percentile in ground ball percentage. Very back-of-the-pack numbers, and those types of numbers can really haunt you when it comes to hits and runs because those just line drives can go for extra base hits. And I think there will be opportunities there. And there will also be opportunities late in the bullpen because Toronto's bullpen, not great. 23rd in bullpen ERA, Baltimore 9th in bullpen ERA. So again, I still see there being run opportunities late. Maybe these starting pitchers give up 3 to 4 earned runs themselves. I would absolutely love that. Hopefully we can start out hot in that first 5 innings and then just need a little bit more in the bullpens to cash this over. But I really do like it, guys. I know overs have not been our friend to start the year, but that doesn't mean we just go away from them completely because in baseball, you got money lines, run lines, and totals if you're not picking player props. I'm not going to eliminate 1/3 of the card just by saying, wow, totals have been bad for us this year. No, we keep firing, and we know luck will even out our way. So I do like that as my second pick. Now let's go to the third pick. It's going to be a player prop. Kyle Hendricks of the Angels, over 2.5 earned runs, minus 115 odds on DraftKings. Now, this is an earned runs prop. If let's just say Kyle Hendricks gives up unearned runs, uh, I'll be in shambles. But earn runs wise, the professor, Kyle Hendricks, that's his nickname, he's been great to start the season. I'm fading him today, though, in this spot. I think this is a bad matchup for the professor on the road in Houston today. He's coming off a great start. 5 innings pitched, 0 run shutout of the Rays. He's under this line in both starts this season. So if you've been hammering Kyle Hendricks over, you're in shambles because that hasn't paid yet. But you have to target spots with this guy because on the year, that 1.64 ERA is great. But if Kyle Hendricks finishes the year under even a 3 ERA, I would be so shocked. His expected ERA is a 3.55, which would still be solid for a guy like him. I mean, he's a veteran. He's as veteran as these pitchers come. But I think today he's really going to get rocked. Like I said, the expected numbers are there. He also relies a lot on soft contact ground ball outs, but his ground ball percentage is only 25th percentile, and that's dangerous. I mean, if somehow the contact does turn into sharp contact, and he's giving up hits because he's a pitch to contact pitcher, he could really be in trouble. The Astros yesterday were cooked by Tyler Anderson as a whole. Their offense has underperformed this year. I mean, they just only putting up 1 run yesterday. That's pitiful. They're only hitting 227 also against right-handed pitchers, which is 21st in the majors. But this is a get-right spot for this offense. Hendricks is the perfect pitcher for several of these guys to really increase their slugging. Who do I mean? You got Alvarez, you got Altuve, you got Walker. You've got a lot of guys in this lineup that can hit for extra bases and turn this game really upside down on Kyle Hendricks. Hendricks also has a 5.5 hits allowed line today. And if Houston can get 6+ hits on this guy, I really like the chances at 3 runs. The toughest thing in pitcher market, besides, strikeout props are tough as it is picking the right fade of a pitcher or backing the pitcher in the right way. We saw yesterday with Smith Shawver. I said I think he pitches pretty decently. I mean, he only gave up 2 runs, but he gave up 6 hits. He just wiggled his way out of damage. It was tough because I felt like we were right there. Today, we're gonna see how this one performs because Hendricks could give up the hits, but I think they're going to be extra hard hit, extra base hits that result instantly in runs. I could see several of these guys even homering off of Kyle Hendricks because he does throw kind of soft, and when it's soft and over in the middle of the plate, these guys got to do something with it. But I really do like Kyle Hendricks over and earned runs as my third pick. Let's do a quick little mini recap of the picks today. Got the Braves on the money line. Hopefully they come through. That game starts early. Same with the Orioles and Blue Jays over. Love that as our favorite over of the day. And then the player prop I just talked about, Kyle Hendricks over and earned runs. Thank you guys so much, for kind of sticking through these tough times. I mean, look, this season has just not been what we want at all. It starts today. We have to turn it around. I really do think the power of positivity will get us turning around the units wise of this season, because this isn't who we are. Okay, I do not want to come on camera and tell you guys bad information, but again, go down in the comments, definitely enter something positive so that if we don't have a winning day, you'll be eligible for the $50 or even $100 giveaway. Thank you guys so much. Hopefully we have a great Sunday, and we'll catch you guys next week. Peace out.